Hi, hello. I'm doing an oracle reading. These are like my favorite readings in the world to do, and I have peace and quiet in the house. And I got a decent setup here. I've been having a pretty good cleanup day. I didn't never thought I'd be so happy to clean up. I've been picking up a cleaning up energy. Like people are cleaning up situations. Situations are being dissolved. That's what I hear in my head. So maybe you guys are having a situation that's being dissolved. I don't know. It could be. So I said, why not have oracle readings? And there's friendship and disharmony in some people's lives. I just cut the deck there. And I brought my ancestral wisdom cards out. Yes, I did. I love using them. They're some of my favorite cards to use. They really are. I love them. And like I said, this is going to be 18 and under friendly because this is all about your dealing with chakras and stuff and keeping your spiritual energy clear and having good values. It's all about that because that's what I'm all about, y'all. I am. All right, we got here. I picked up. This is the Page of Swords, Curiosity. This is a time of intellectual growth. Lean into the urge to explore and to articulate. There's curiosity on the table. I'm going to see if I can. Alright. Alright. I thought I had these other ones. I can't find them, my little stands. Oh, you know what? My stands are over here. Hang on, collective. Hold on. So we can see these cards up close. Let me walk around Sean. Okay. Okay, I'm back, guys. I'm back. Here they are. Got this whole little archive here. I bought all this little stuff from Amazon, so we're going to use it. And I got this bigger table. I got it on my little hermit table thing. But we got curiosity, so we're going to put this up. Page of Swords. You guys are curious about your spirituality. It's on the table. And why wouldn't you be? Curiosity, they always say killed the cat. I don't think it does. I think curiosity in this point is good because how would you got to know about your spiritual health, right? That's how I look at it. The friendship and emptiness is on here. So someday, there's you guys are feeling empty in your friendships. I figure, I when I don't have no one to talk to, I used to listen to tarot card readings all the time. And it made me feel better about myself. That's why I have my favorite people. Then we got Five of Swords, competition. When victory is achieved, at finishes all involved. There is a competition here. Maybe you feel like people want to compete with you and you're just tired of it. I mean, people don't need to be competing with one another. And then here we'll pick another card. Oh, look, new beginnings in friendship. Though I cut the deck and that came. Let's get a third card in the energy. This is just a friendly reading. It's an oracle reading of stuff that maybe is on your mind. Maybe stuff you're healing from. Maybe stuff that, sometimes hearing things from another person's perspective helps. I mean, let's get real. Not all of us can go to a psychiatrist all the time. We can't. It is. It is what it is. And then we got discord. And this is four of wands in reverse. Tension in relationships creates challenges. Anticipated celebrations may be canceled. You know, maybe you don't feel like celebrating. You feel like kind of people are against you. It seems like the vibe. So let's see why you feel that way. Let's see why you feel that way. Alright, I'm gonna get. I like this Moon Eye Oracle. I haven't used this for a while, and I love doing these kind of readings. Love doing these kind of readings. I do. It's some of my, like I said, it's my favorite kind of readings. I love oracle readings. I used to watch so many oracle readings, y'all. So many. And I just enjoy learning why I feel a certain way. And a lot of times it really helped me. It really did. And if I can just help one person out there, I don't mind. And it would actually help me give back. Because why not? We're supposed to give back. It's the way of the universe. If I get benefited from something, I should give back. That's the way I look at it. Alright, I'm going to start putting my little boards out here, y'all. The little boards. And, alright, this I'm going to put here. And these are hybrid over here. These are hybrid tarot cards. I love the hybrid tarot cards. They're my favorite. And then I got the Beloved Dead, the ancestral ones. And we're going to put these to the side. And just so you know, these are normal feelings. But we have to identify why we feel a certain way, or we can never move forward into a new reality or a new beginning. And things like that. Because you want to be able to move over to new beginnings. This is what you want to be able to do. If you can't move over to a new beginning because you feel stuck, or people do this chaos magic, they do this all the time. People want to get even with you, so they send the evil eye. It's so popular to send this evil eye. And people think this is cool to send an evil eye. Alright, reflection. I got reflection, y'all. Some of you are called for reflection. Then we have the adventure, the 23rd night, and I'll read from this book for you guys. I love reading from books. It really is my favorite thing to do. We'll start with those two. We don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves in an oracle reading. Because everything matters. Because it's like spiritual therapy for your soul. It is. It really honestly is. It's spiritual therapy. As much as we should be aware of our surroundings, we should be aware of other things going on in our lives. You gotta be aware of why you feel a certain way, why something happened a certain way. And it's very important to know these things in essence here. Alright. Those and these. Alright. Now we're going to go here with 17th night reflection. Alright. Alright, yeah. 17th. 16th night. Okay. The reflection. Who am I? I am the perfect half moon lady of the slice with a clear profile. I just hang around, gibbous and precise to recognize myself. Brother, son no longer fears me because I am his friend and also lover. what I reveal, what I see. During those days of my darkness, the lover handed me a letter. Sister, if you don't hurt me, I will make you as powerful as me in the battle of the fire. You will no longer be corruptible like copper, and I will stop fighting you. The Arab alchemist Senior Zadith provided in his manuscript the impassioned words of the sun. My advice: it is not always necessary to clash between the I and the other. It is not even worth descending to compromises sometimes. Lowering your arms does not mean submitting or even pre-evacuating. We have to be reflected at a proper distance to understand the art of reciprocity. Somebody wasn't being equal give and take, pretty much. Their collective. And then we got the 23rd night, the adventure. If this resonates you, maybe you're feeling this way. Well, let me get here. Alright, 23rd night. 15th, 20th. And like I said, this is for you to discern, and it's for your spiritual guidance. This is just a spiritual health center here. Because we all gotta find out who we are, to find out where we're going, to find out why certain energies bother us in our life. We have to. And then this here, this adventure, we're reading about the adventure now. This is Who Am I? I play among the rigs of the main mast. You could believe that I am not present while the sails beat against my bow. My transition towards the last quarter echoes your ancient terror, evoking leviathans. An infusion of courage will help you to face the ocean of the time in which you are living. What I reveal, what I see. One night I meet an English female pirate who was attacking the sailing ships, disguised as a man. I saw her there, standing on the upper deck. Silver tears filled her eyes. As a child, she had been forced to hide her identity to inherit her grandfather's money. And then, as a young girl, she continued to deceive soldiers and pirates to survive amongst men. At that moment, however, Mary Red was tired and sad. I caressed her face with a silvery ray, and I gave her an outline of a smile. And then my advice. Despite the problem, Mary sailed the oceans of existence and tackled the obstacles with determination. The adventure of life requires navigating through storms to do it. Sometimes it is necessary to hide one's light. So I guess if you feel like there's a situation where you feel ganged up upon, at times it's necessary. But always have the end goal that you're leaving that situation. Don't stay in a situation that does not suit you. I guess what I'm getting here. Because you can't do that. Sometimes if you linger too long in certain situations, it's not good, folks. It's not good at all. Alright, I'm going to do 3 ancestral cards here. I'm just going to go ahead and shuffle these over here. Alright, help us, God, give with your ancestral wisdom to help the collective in their time of need of whatever advice may be on their mind to the person who is finding this piece of advice and this oracle reading. Amen. All right, shuffle this up here, and I'm gonna cut 3 from the deck and get another board here. And we're gonna read from the ancestral one. I'm gonna try to do a couple of these readings. I tried to do this before. We got communication. Guys who might be struggling with communication. I have a big book that has a lot of stuff on communication here from ancestral knowledge. I do. Appearance. You guys might be struggling with appearances. It just shows up in the cards. You know, I'm not judging. It's just showing up in the cards, guys. The ancestors are saying maybe some of you guys may have the wisdom is you're worried about your appearance. I mean, I've seen some very attractive people out here and they think they're ugly. It's crazy talk. I don't know why. And then we got drama. You guys might be dealing with drama. I don't know. That's what the cards are showing me, so that's what I'm going with. So I'm going to read from these books. So let's put these here. I love those cards. They're so nice. They're beautiful cards, guys. They really are. Oh my god, drama shows up right here. I tell you. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Alright. Now, my friends, I'm gonna do more oracles, and I have sacred geometry. I have that too. I'm gonna use this for a bookmarker. Alright, I'm gonna have when drama takes the center stage, it validates a theatrical spirit born to tread the boards, gallivanting audiences with Stentorian lungs and expertly manipulated emotions. It wants the roar of the crowd, the smell of the grease paint, shouts of the bravo, and the flowers at the dressing room door, with cards saying, break a leg, old sport. Therapeutically, drama reminds you that not all comedy and tragedy is played out on stage. This card resonates with a well rehearsed pattern of strutting and fretting. It involves a tale full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. You can see why Shakespeare's Scottish play is cursed. Characters who habilitately impose episodes of conflict and chaos are poisoning every scene. These bad actors can't stop themselves from pulling focus at celebrations, get-togethers, and otherwise happy occasions, and embody their agendas. Do not only disrupt but also to entice others into their fray. Their whole personal universe revolves around their shaky sense of self, and they'll stick you in like a black hole, depending on emotional setting of your own upbringing. Drama can become normal, instantaneously familiar, or and even a welcome dynamic. You tolerate it because you're used to it. In fact, how strange would it be to experience a holiday without any unnecessarily theatrical or self indulgent behavior? This card asks, is the pattern still alive in your adult relationships? The beloved dead of drama reminds you that you have a choice. If you're being enticed into quicksand, don't engage because you can't win. You can't expect rational behavior from an irrational personality. Drama says that while distance is an advisable antidote, you can't remove a problematic person from your life. It says set boundaries and become the dispassionate observer in their presence. I guess be have your discernment and they'll remove themselves. Is what that card's saying. That's what drama says. All right, we got appearance and communication. Yeah, let me see what else comes here. All right, there's competition. There we go. Communication. All right, we're on communication now, right here. And we just did drama. So, communication, there's a whole page on this too. Don't you worry. There's all kinds of food for thought in my books. So, here you are, minding your own business when someone says or does something, and now you must answer whether it's trivial, breaking news, a statement, or question. You quickly process this data. You synthesize the choice of words, tone, and unspoken body language and facial expressions. Different people trigger different responses. Some people automatically bring out the best in you, inspiring trust, confidence, agreement. Others conjure the worst, provoking worthlessness, defiance, pig-headedness, suspicion, synco, psychophancy, combustion. What is this? Some stimuli can regress you back to a time in your past that makes you feel, think, and act like a feral child. Then you speak. And how did that work for you? When communication appears, it wants to explore how you're relating to others in your life. According to Dr. Eric Berne, father of the theory of transactional analysis, there are three key ego states. All right, parent, adult, and child. Are you routinely shift between them? In a nutshell, the parent ego state is one of two voices. I am the boss of you is learned from the adults who always say they know better. Others and prohibitions punctuate this controlling voice. This voice says do, don't, never, always. Or this parent is the voice of the nourisher, enabler, protector, modeled by a caregiver with an open heart and sometimes no boundaries. All right, then we got more. The child ego state has at least two voices, one that's adaptive, compliant, obedient, disciplined, apologetic, pleasing, and needy, or one that's spontaneous, wild, creative, defiant, fiery, and in your face. This Pee Wee Herman ego state likes to whine, whinge, snort, giggle, throw tantrums. I don't care. No, you are. Get out of my face. The adult ego state is a rational, reasonable, non-threatening voice, and it's firmly rooted in the here and now. It asks questions that engage. It begins a conversation with, in my most humble and not wildly me based opinion, or I appreciate. This is the healthiest, maturest voice. It gets the parent ego state off their perch and talks to the child ego state off the ledge. Not only does it generate the most successful interactions, but it can also, by example, teach the reactive parent and child to behave. Our beloved dead communication knows this will take work, but relationships can improve by developing an awareness of your own role in transaction. Be mindful of your intent, which affects your words and tone, and keep looking for a mature response. It's the pattern breaker. I don't know if that's, I mean, I guess if somebody's in their ego a lot around you, I'm picking up there's a lot of people that's in their ego around you, and maybe you're picking that up. And then we have appearance. Some of you are self-confident. I want to say, when you get older, looks fade. But what remains, even the most beautiful person that looks gorgeous, once they open their mouth, can become ugly. I was told that a lot by a lot of people. So be mindful that somebody that's very beautiful could be ugly when their mouth opens and their words come out. Words can make you ugly, collective, very ugly. Okay, when you receive this card with appearance, it's an indication an individual or loved one by details related to their personal appearance, eyes, smile, true or false, teeth, face, hair, skin, clothes, expressions, makeup, posture. It could also represent something memorable about their grooming or a dearly held attitude about the way they look. These are a few examples. Your grandmother had a weekly appointment to the hair salon. Your grandfather always wore his undershirt while eating hot soup. Your mother would rather die than be seen with lipstick or pearls. Appearance, when not being used descriptively, introduces a narrative regarding habitual feelings about your own body's image. Confidence and self worth work with beloved debt of appearance. To improve the kindness that you show yourself, how we speak to ourselves has a powerful impact on our conduct and well being. This card may be asking you to stop agreeing with harsh criticisms of the past or making comparisons to others in media. Magazines aren't mirrors. Or this card is inviting to you to disregard those messages that it's vain, wrong, or wicked to care about your parents. Go pamper and romanticize yourself, not only from one inside out, but from the outside in. So maybe and it's okay if you feel this way. We're conditioned in life that appearance is everything. You see these beautiful people, and they're beautiful people. They're wonderful. They're gorgeous, they're movie stars, they're rock stars. They look gorgeous. They got lots of stuff going on. But I guess I'm gonna talk to you while I close up this here. Oh my god. Of course they fall. But anyways, these people are regular people just like us, y'all, and the only difference is we give them money because of their talents and they have big houses. And honestly, most of the time probably it is well deserved. Hopefully they do well in this lifetime, because if you rack up a lot of karmic debt and just become a horrible person when you get this money, in the next lifetime you may not have money. So maybe some people enjoy it more because of this. I don't know. But yeah, that's what I get from this kind of stuff, guys. And I'm gonna close off this reading because this is a whole oracle reading. Because I'm gonna reshuffle all of this for the next one here. And like I said, we're all beautiful people, all of us. And don't beat yourself up. Do not. It's seize the day. Seize it. Seize the day. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy your life. Because before you know, it's going to be over. And then what are you going to do? What are you going to do with the rest of your life? I'm making these videos so when my kids get older, they could see me and see the videos I have done, and they can hear my voice. This is one of my main things of being on social media. Sometimes I realize with my father's death that I wish I could hear his voice again, even if it was only listening to, like, I don't know, conversations or something. So I'm trying to make as many videos as I can, so at the time of my death, my kids and my grandkids will have to have ways to hear me. So maybe start doing little videos and spend more time so you don't regret what you lost. And I'm going to close off this and pull this video through and do another oracle read here, okay? And hopefully, I hope I made somebody feel good out there. And I do love y'all. And if you like these kind of videos, like and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace, friend.